Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? Chop, chop. You know I run around. You know I try. The fuck? I'm struggling over here. This is a struggle. Well, get out of my way, you light bulb. I'll see some fucking light. I'll sit over here with the light on my face. My face. And your fake ass friends in your face. Well, let me check my level. What the fuck? Test, 1, 2. Test. All right, that's cool. Hello, good night. What's up? I got fucked. Stupid, I'm trying to take everybody's mask off. They added 3 more months to it. What am I supposed to do? 3 more months. Now, this is Los Angeles, okay? So if you're in Mississippi, New York, Las Vegas, hold on. Arizona, Steve Davis. If you're in Las Vegas Marina, well, we're in the same time zone. Wait, what was I talking about? Time? No, I was talking about. Oh no, you're good. So yeah, Marina doesn't have to worry. Well, Felix used to not live back here, but now he's back, so he has to worry. Buddy doesn't have to worry. Buddy's up, Buddy, my cousin, June, up north, Oregon, doesn't have to worry. Kimberly, Kim and Steve are moving, so they don't have to worry soon. Capone, she doesn't have to worry. Capone's cool. She wouldn't worry anyways. She'd fuck it up. Robert Newport, not around. He wouldn't have to worry. Who else? Trevor, San Diego. No worries. Eric Anderson, Antarctica. Not a worry in sight. Eric Anderson is a long friend. We were up in that Morrissey shit, along more so in the punk arena. 7 Seconds. I think he introduced me to 7 Seconds. I'm not sure, but 7 Seconds was good. I got to get back into them. I haven't listened to them forever, and I know I like them. I just can't remember their songs, but they were very good. And we went to a lot of shows together. Who else doesn't have to worry? Kendra, Rhode Island, no worry. I don't know where Margie is. Marjorie. Marjorie. I think it's Margie. I think that's what we called you. That might have been my baby mouth. That's Mark and Walter's ist. And I've known her for my entire life. And I'm glad you're okay. Michael Perry. Not a worry in sight. Scottsdale, Arizona. And so on and so forth. But we have to worry in Los Angeles. The rest of y'all. We have to stay that worry. We're about to worry right now. We like worrying. 3 more months of shutdown. I'll scratch my head if I had a head available. 3 more months. I find it to be very confusing. It doesn't make sense that when I read the paper, I see information that's conflicting. And I have an idea of why they tacked on 3 months to Los Angeles. And that idea is that we're opening up. But I played my video in reverse because I had to put all the masks back on the people. I had to back up. I'm not in control. I'm not in control. I had to back up. They told me 3 more months. So I played the video backwards, put everybody's mask back on. I was trying to be an agent of celebration with a push, And so, but I'm a civil individual. So I decided to be about that part and obey. Fucking. And so they added 3 months onto the LA shutdown. And the idea, I think, behind it, if I had to take a guess at the psychology, and it's a psychological thing more so, because we are engaged in an opening that has high hopes, is rushed, everybody wants it. And one thing that the opening never had was a threshold or a date span. There was never any structure to this opening. So I think that they added that so as to give it an ending date. That way the guts of it in the staged like process had a gauge, had a start to finish. Otherwise, the an open-ended release would have not petered out or done anything towards the end, but it wouldn't have done anything good for it in the beginning. If you start opening like we were, and you don't have an end date, you have no way to understand if you're doing it too quickly or not. You have no way to know, well, if you're opening now, or if you have a feeling of things opening now, and you have no end date, you can be immediately disappointed. Why ain't shit open right now? And so I think that now that we see an end date of 3 months from now, we have a gauge as to where items of opening should occur within that timeline. And so that, I think, is the reason why that's applied. And on top of that, it gives us a rule set which calms everybody, I think, because we can all get kind of on the same page when there's a graph rather when there's anything. So if somebody opens up, if a 3 month till open, like in 3 months, I'm assuming, and this kind of better be it, in 3 months, no more restrictions at all. Zero. Like everything gone. In the Middle Earth, everything. So at month 1.5, month and a half in, if you see a nail salon open, you would cast a down eye on them, maybe. There's something we need a basis of decision making. We're living in like this, and it really contradicts a lot of other things that we're going through as far as they really have to figure out a way to. Well, they fucking got to send us money too. I mean, this money thing. I don't want to fucking bitch about it again, but goddamn, dude, we almost done with the whole thing. Where's the money? Where's my $2,000 a month? Like, well, they need to give everybody $2,000 a month. Pay. That's like rent and a little bit of food. And put a GR card in there for the fuck of it. I mean, goddamn. These people are worried about sending the right people the right money. I was watching a program. I forget which program it was. I think it was Robert Wright. He interviews very well. I don't really like him as an interviewee, or an interviewer, or an interviewee. But I like him as an interviewer. He's a science-minded guy. He's a scientist. No, he's a scientist. I don't know what he is. He and I thought the same general idea of the overly concerned ledger sheet of who is above $99,000 a year and who isn't. The volume of people that are above 99 and above is much less than what's below. And just because they earn 99 and above doesn't mean that they don't feel it. That isn't affecting them. Don't forget, a long time ago, I said these people might have there are people that care, so they might give back. There's a slew of reasons why it makes total sense, aside from the bold-faced fact that we would get the money quicker and as a group. It would have been the Penny Ante. I mean, I know they're doing a lot of work, okay? I'm not discounting their work. The Penny Ante, you have it. Hold on, you can have it. Oh, no, you go. No, you guys hold back. Here, you. Just a big cut down a part of a forest, and print the checks, and then everybody gets it at once. I mean, I'm talking about the aspect of emotional well-being That it we would have I would have loved to have us a backbone called the government. I wouldn't necessarily call them the mind of the United States. I think that's collectively all of us. But I would consider them the spinal cord, the backbone, because of their reach into the nation, the functionality and the reach and the support. So as the spinal cord, they aren't taking care of the entire body. That analogy fell asleep in my head. So anywho, their process is not conducive to a great recovery. They are missing. They might pay the rent eventually, but they're missing our mind. It's our mind that needs the money. It's not our. Of course it's our checkbook, but it's our. I just hate to see when they miss the mark. I hate it. I love great opportunities to just, boom, you know. So, every person getting the money. So that's one thing that's they're still half stepping on. Now, 3 more months in, now you're talking about this is like for Los Angeles, but you're going to see counties in other degrees either follow suit or not. Because there'll be a pattern and there'll be an uptick. So people are going to overreact. But this is when you can this is when you might cause a certain degree of despair. And to Gavin Newsom is the one that enforced that. Not Gavin Newsom, the Gil Garcetti, Los Angeles mayor, enforced is just bringing that. Somebody else did actually. He just he said yes. Whoever the health official is, some lady. If they are putting that to us now, I think there's 10 million people in Los Angeles County, and I think Gavin Newsom's running out of money. So everybody's running out of money, right? But I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear we don't got a ventilator, and I don't want to hear we're running out of money, and I don't want to hear we don't have enough hospitals, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We live in the country. We assume shit like that. We don't assume every single billion. We don't expect you to all be able to turn us into billionaires. Okay, we're not expecting the impossible. But we're not even getting this. There is no backbone. The backbone is, it has, it's just not functioning properly. And so if we're concerned about getting back to normal, we need to maintain the brain of us, even more so than the job. People will deal with quite a bit of strife if they have hope. And this managed aspect of it all doesn't give any. I can't, as a matter of fact, and this is when hope is, when the word is supposed to be used. Hope is a large word. uh it's a word that doesn't even have when it's felt doesn't even have an action tied to it really. It might have the mechanisms of a future event, but it doesn't have a process at hand. It's got hope. That defines the word. So we know that he's not very good in delivering hope, this president. My Trump, my baby. But he is good on delivering reality. Now, I know half or most of you are laughing at that. But it's a different kind of reality. It's a reality you pick up on. It's not a reality he's saying. He doesn't say reality. You have to analyze Trump. You have to unearth the reality from Trump. He doesn't deliver it. If you read between the lines, you can pick it up, but it takes a very thoughtful concern or view of him as you are a person trying to find it. And you'll find it. You'll find the humor, you'll find a lot of the things that you thought were not there. There's not much of them, but they're there. But one thing that he has that he just does is there's no way for him to be anything but himself. And that is the only other thing that battles his election. The reason why the battles why he got elected. There's the forgotten, there's the political correctness, but then there's this undercurrent of real. And he can't help it. And after a while, you can kind of tell when he's, the dude does change. He does change. He's not the way people think he is. He conceded to the governors. I know that was painful for him, but he conceded, and he did it fine. It was no big deal. He just did it within days. Things like that. So the dude's not horrible. Now, the truth aspect, the real aspect is let me put it this way. Imagine if Obama was the president now. You would have pursed lips, head down. You would have a very well greased actor giving us what he thinks we should hear. And I can't, as I look back, think how much of that, when I heard it, went in one ear and out the other from general politicians. I saw it. I liked Pete Buttigieg in the beginning, but he is just the same old measured. Well, I don't want to say liar. I don't want to say hollow. They have care and concern, but the delivery doesn't need to be there even. I was going to say it can be this. There's something about a person we're just getting we're getting too tuned up for that. I think it's like when Hollywood put out movies when they first started and everybody overacted and over exaggerated and the movements were fucked up looking and we get over that because we become mature, we become studied in the art, and we expect more, and we become the artists, and we deliver more. So I think politicians, now we've had real politicians in the past, assholes that get in, but it would be good to use Trump's real, no matter if you like it or not, attitude as a somewhat of a measuring stick, because I would not want to see another empty vessel pull up to the dock. I mean, Trump's not a cargo ship full of stuff, but you can, and I don't want to say you can at least believe him, but yeah, it's a trip. It's very, he has, again, I've said it in the past, it's not that we need to pay attention to politics every day. It's as bad as Lion King or Tiger King or whatever. I haven't really seen it yet, and I know Bob's supposed to watch it. But from what I heard, it's got the worst in it, but it's captivating. So I put him in the video. You know, I put Bob right in the middle of it. So, yeah, okay. And retailers are going to open up. Retailers are going to open up, and they're going to put things on the sidewalk. They're going to have sidewalk sales. So that's interesting as well. Sidewalk sale. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I hope it's cute. And I have no system to see comments. Let me fucking launch my phone. I got allergies. My bad. Oh my God. Facebook, yo. Man, they bump me around on Reach. Facebook's strange. Facebook tries you out and then dumps you. Tries you out and dumps you. Like once there were times when I had 1,000 people. I got in 1,000 people's timelines, and I don't know how they do it. They just try you and they bring you back. They try you and they bring you back. Call the show, Nushin. I can't get to the damn thing. And so, like right now, and sometimes we have more people that watch the show. It's not a lot. I mean, I don't do any promotion. I don't do anything to get this show out there. I don't put anything in the description besides the same crap every night. So I'm not working on it, promoting it. I don't care about that. But it's actually a good baseline to look at a podcast, because I'm a show that goes on every night, and whether you like it or not, it is a talk show, and they transcribe these things, and they know what's happening here. They can hear every word, Facebook, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And it's interesting to watch that occur with zero promotion. It's a good baseline. Uh-oh. Great. I lost my battery. Who cares? So that, why didn't I fucking think about that? Do I have a battery here? Oh, well, it's a black night. So, what was it? I was saying, I was trying to get into stupid comments. Oh, man, shut up. What the hell? I got him. Ba. There's a woman called Ba. I think she's friends with Brenda. So you just consider them the same person. I'm gonna be transcribing your comments soon. So just know I'm Google. If you have to think about it, not that hard to figure out. We are at a higher risk. We had more deaths. So what's your problem? Sounds like you're just anxious to be a TV dinner. No. I'm talking when I'm on the show talking about that stuff. I inject maybe I might use myself as a springboard into a topic, but not really. I'm not really talking about myself necessarily. When I bitch about the money, I start there and then I talk about it in general. So it's not something that I'm trying to personally address. And then when it comes to when it comes to more deaths, it's going to increase in spikes as well. So we're going to have that. We have to. Well, the argument's amazing. I mean, are we going to let the old go so we can get back to work? I don't know. Maybe. And we have stats now. We have stats on the system. The system is in view. We've laid down ground on the CEDU locale, the nursing homes. So that's huge. Even in the nursing homes, it's quite interesting that it takes quite a bit, and I'm not going to downplay it. Well, I am going to downplay it. It takes quite a bit. I've heard a few people say that you have to be in close proximity for quite some time to have you don't just stand near it and it jumps on you. That's not it's not if somebody sneezes on you, like literally, or you go through the cloud of droplets as they fall from the air of the mouth from the person of the COVID person, that it's not easy. It's not hard. It's not easy. So with the stats that we have now, we should be a little more tuned up as to what it is that we need to do. I know the problem is the damn thing's a hider. You can't tell. If you have Ebola, it's disgusting. You see it, Ebola. But I could have it right now, and I wouldn't know it. Maybe this stuff he knows is, So it's just I haven't seen more varied information on a particular topic. I don't think ever. It's very interesting. So I've said, on the latter part of that video, which started in the beginning, at least there are two ways we hear about this. We hear about it through the authorities that are in the topics of concern. The authorities of the topics of concern. And these are the authorities of the topics that we concern ourselves with are Anderson Cooper and the like. Trump. Me. Anybody broadcasting themselves without credentials. That's one world. And then you have the other world. Now, I'm not going to point at people. I'm not going to keep on saying, bring in the experts, bring in the experts, bring in the experts. They should, and I know they do to certain degrees for sure. But I'm talking about the way we pay attention to it, the way we digest. And I know we can only look at people. We can look at stats, but you can't all of a sudden learn statistics and probability. But I had to say statistics, probability, and biases are where we must wallow in, even if we don't know what we're in. This is a point of these events are. I wish there was somebody out there that understood statistics and probability and crafted a metric of some sort that accounted for every conceivable opinion about what's happening. And then, from biological warfare released into the world all the way to, I don't even think nothing. I think it's fake. The whole thing. We should have, it would be wonderful to have a graph. I mean, you can't study every human. We're not looking for opinions of people. But you need opinions because you hear enough of it to get these silos of thought. Maybe I'll start noting down the silos of thought. Let's see what the benefit of that would be. Well, you would be able to define it. So you have a piece of paper. And you write down one silo. China biological warfare. All right, let's do that. That's one. That's the easy one. I'm just going to go for the easy ones first. Sorry. China bio warfare. Now, please let me know what other silos are available. I need input. DW, you funny man. I remember you. I have pictures of you at my door. I mean, my window. Oh, man. Good dude. So, the silos. Please, in the comments. Oh, by the way, comments. I'm going to I can't get to the comments during the show all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the ones that evening, like whatever I don't see today. Because there was one from Nikki yesterday about big, black, thick beer cans. That she has a collection of them. And I wanted to say, Nikki, why do you have big, black, thick gay porn? Because I can't bring C-do straight porn. Maybe that's what you got. I don't know. But why in the fuck you got big, black, thick gay porn? When you got, it's straight, ain't it? So, okay. So I wanted to have fun with that. And I couldn't because I couldn't see it. And Boss said, don't you read your comments. And I was like, okay, she's right. Boss always right. So now what I'll do, don't take that to the, I'm going to write down. I'm going to try to write down the comments I didn't see. And then the next day I'll answer them. So that way we have something to look forward to. It's like a continuation. It's like whatever I didn't get to, I want everybody in on it. So big, black, thick beer cans. Here we go. Why are you owning that? Nikki, come on. But yes, if it's gay, I'll take it. That'd be fun. Peruse through your. I don't know how I would screen them. I don't know how. Maybe I could do even a fast forward would be very difficult. But I'll do that for Sea-Doo because they've got to make it good. We got to get a good one. But just one's fine. I mean, I might two too. But anyhow, China bio warfare. That's a silo of thought. I'm sure the fucking conspiracy theorists will fucking say we are doing it to our fucking selves. That's the best one. They say it to about everything. So fucking might as well write that stupid one down. We're doing it to ourselves. And I'll put government because if Thomas is here, Bilderbergs, or they. All right. That's for Thomas. We're doing it ourselves. Okay. There's silos like God. I'm sure there are. We don't hear it that much anymore. Thankfully. God doing it to us, some type of, it's a plague. When you think of plague, you don't think of just the Black Plague. You think of locusts. You think of, whatever. So God. BBB White. The Iran-Iraq war, is that a silo? Yep, you're right, Brenda. You're always right, Brenda. What the fuck is that? All right, so God, and then I'm going to start writing these because I will see what you guys write. So please tell me what other silos, what I mean by a silo is we need to define the strains of thought. There are so many, and the world has not settled on any, that we need to define these because they need to be on a sheet of paper so as to focus towards them, to kind of gravitate towards one or another and to modify it further and crystallize it into a proper direction. And these are the causes of, these are the reasons why we are put into the state of viri. Why? Because that why animates action. Not always. Some people are just reacting. I'm not really talking about them because they aren't really they don't do anything else. So they're null. But people that even running around saying, well, any opinion are the people that affect society. Because without people and their opinions, we would have a stochastic view of everything that's scattered, of personal thought, no opinions. How strange of a world would it be that we didn't tell each other what we thought about? That would be an odd world. That's an interesting. It's even more interesting than a world made of psychopaths. That's an interesting one too. I always like that one. A world made of people that want to fuck you over, and they develop society. And you'd have to let some things go. But a world of psychopaths. It exists in the animal kingdom. There is not, if you can think about it, it can be a functioning entity. You have animals that all they do is rape. It is a rape culture. I mean, a real rape culture. you have examples of biology acting in very strange ways. So if you have a silo or an opinion about why this is happening, I'd like those in the comments, or if you know of a silo that you're sick of or you totally support, tell me, because I want to put them all down. It's going to give us a baseline. We've got to get a handle on the entire process. That, to have that handle is to dismiss out of hand the obvious errors and then focus on things you might not have known, avenues that you didn't think of or didn't come across. It will help calm us. It's basically, again, like yesterday, the more you know, the more you know. The more you know, the bigger the smile. That's all. And, we have even a Markov chain, black swan theory. Those things are big. Those are things that those are theories that are functioning mathematical axioms, I think, that tell us exactly what's going to happen, or they have the ability to be one of the silos. I can't believe that there's not a statistical genius coming out and telling us what's going on, because there's got to be a few things that match the game theoretic process that we're going through. Whatever action that's happening, because actions are happening. Overreaction, underreaction, all of the mechanisms that cause, and everything in between. There needs to be a focus on that. We need education. We don't need to hear updates. Basically, we're an update machine. This is what's happening. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Oh, this was happening. That does nothing. An update machine. It doesn't really have value. It doesn't have the update machine. Almost doesn't seem like it has a concern about what it actually does to us. Truth is good. Updates are fine, but it is basically Trump goes on, talks, experts go on and talk after, and then the media criticizes. And it's all in search of the truth, but it's just mired. And again, we need a round table. We need something that makes that arena fairly insignificant, almost laughable. Imagine a round table the size of one of those ballrooms people get married in. A big round table holds 100 people. And I proposed this already, but I'm going to do it again because I think it's good. These 100 people are various people of expertise. They don't include any of us. They can include famous people, but they have to have their own personal silo of thought, and they have to be well worn Well, and we don't need old wisdom always, but we do need some. But nonetheless, there needs, you can have an Elon Musk that has a view. The credentials are not the requirement. It's kind of the evaluation of a life lived and what that person's. Elon would be a little bit risky because you don't really want an off the handle person in there. We're looking for stability. So I wouldn't consider him, but I'm trying to say that it's not a credential thing. It's a life lived view. We'd have to understand the people. There's an example. There's the person that guided. I don't know his name, and I apologize, but he's a Brit. He's a scientist, and I've seen him before in YouTube videos. His name might come to me. I think he's a sociologist. I don't think he's a statistician, but he was the one that most of America and Europe listened to when it came to the concern of shutting down and the probability of deaths. So we listened to him, and that's fine. But he wasn't vetted in the way that he should have been vetted, because he has a track record of the reason he was chosen is because he's studied in the state of catastrophe and the state of social unrest and existential concern. But in hindsight, and so what he did was he gave us views of of the likelihood of death rate, and they were extremely high. They made sense. It was something we listened to back then. So it poured out of England and into our ears and surrounding areas of many other voices as well. But he's an expert in the field to a degree. But he, as an expert, he's a good expert. But he, as an expert, once evaluated historically, you would have learned that generally all of his predictions are very high in comparison to what actually happened. So that was an error, and it animated us into a direction. And so that is that is a good example of a person at the round table. At the round table of world thought, this is a table of 100 people, that you would have, if you were going to include a person like that, they would have on their placard in front of their chair, in front of their name, they would have their name, and then below their name would be, "This guy overestimates." It would be like, they'd be calling Mr. Overestimator, because they'd have to. There's one thing you always do. I have one thing I always do. I'm a spaz. I'm fucking whatever. Everybody's got a couple glaring traits. So if you're going to include a person like that, you're going to include that trait right on his placard. But hopefully you wouldn't have any people like that. But everybody's got a glaring trait. There is no way. I'm a big proponent of Paul Davies. I love him. He's the most amazing person. And I consider him to be the most perfectly balanced risk taker in the world. This man is just working the room of, he's just an amazing He picks the best opinions. His opinion is the best opinion about topics. I mean, you can't. And he delves into quantum biology, and that's one of the most, it's just one of the most risky worlds to deal with when you're throwing your credentialed name on a pursuit. You can't be the kook that goes after even string theory's getting hatchet. Boss says, basically, the political people are going to say what they want to say. The news, what they want to publish, going to have to be at the people to decide what's true and what's not. So therefore, it just falls into the individual mind, I'm sure. Well, that's just a definition of the current state of our actions. But it's not just it. Once you hear, the problem with that observation is that we are affected by them. You're saying that we hear them and we are affected by them. So the information doesn't necessarily fall into our laps in a state of neutral anywhereness. It has people behind it. It's got quantities of others around you that think it or not, whatever the idea is. And so it's loaded. And they're saying things to us all the time. So it doesn't fall into our lap at a moment and then they disappear. They're constantly affecting us. And so you're not left with one piece of info. You're in a state of auditory dialogue, just a constant hear and watch, just the pours on you. And so it's affecting us, whether we decide afterwards, once they say what they say and they'll say whatever they say. They don't have, that does a lot of work. I mean, we can't just be that way. You can't just say that's just what's going to happen. That doesn't do any work. I'm talking about an opinion that guides a new direction. That is the thought. It's not a definition of what's actually happening. I don't want to roll over like that. So that's why I'm talking all the time. Blah, 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 blah. He sucks. Blah, 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 blah. I love it. Blah, blah, blah. They suck. Blah, blah, blah. COVID lasts an ejaculate for months. That's going to suck. I thought I wanted COVID. Now I don't want COVID. Are we going to have paperwork? I'm clean. So. Yeah. My throat hurts. I'm so thirsty. You know what? We got a lot of we're very international. International Playboy. We're very international. We have followers worldwide. I wake up in the morning and I see followers from other nations. The fuck is that? I can't get out of this stupid thing. Get me out of this. I want out. Okay. We have followers from other nations, so I thought I would address the other nations in the room. Where are they? Let me do this here. International Playboy. All right. Let me get over here, you bitch. All right. I am going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to this. All right. Let's look for the internationals. So, and now we're paying some respect because I love it when somebody from a different land enjoys the show. Community. That's us. We oh wait, those are friends. Okay. Hold on. Beep 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 beep. I'm going to get the followers. Okay. How do I get to the fucking followers, dude? How do you get to them? Insights? New followers? You can't click on that. Yeah. Here. Audience total. That. Oh my God, stupid. All right. Well, I wanted to pay service. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find him. Let me go to this DAP instead. Hold on, sorry. Where is it? I made these fucking icons too small. Famous international playboy. I know what's in here. I don't know what it's called. Oh, let me just type it in Facebook. There it is. Okay, I might have them in here. I'm not sure. I know it looks the same, but let's see. Like who's that? Like everybody? See that? Like okay, who's this? This one dude. He liked the. A lot of people like Big Black Dick. So let's look at this. Christian Mark Elog. Who's this? So let's see. I haven't looked at him yet. All right. Christian. Why are you watching that Big Black Dick video? You're too little. All right. So this is Christian. Where's Christian from? Like, maybe. Is it young? Yeah. Don't listen to this show. You see rated R at the bottom of the corner, kid? What the fuck you doing? So Christian. I can't even show his photo. I'm probably doing something illegal. I don't know where he's from, but he's... No. I'll go through this later. I'll get to you international people. Marina, we have to get Mr. American on. So let's do a FaceTime call like we said we're going to. It'll be fun. I know I've been discombobulated over here lately with one fucking camera and stuff, but I'm going to get things going. I'm actually doing a lot of work on back end stuff. So, yeah. I thought Rocket was going to come back in May. She texted me and said, "I'm going to be back in May." I don't know. I think she's not supposed to come back. I don't know how she's going to make up all of her hours. She's got a lot of, she barely came in. Rocket. Social media. She's a cool chick too. She had that good dark side, you know. Something we, I think, require. All right, I'm out of steam. Sorry. That's just the way it is when you do it every night. Sometimes you're like, fuck it, man. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.